This podcast contains adult language and crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
Cold opens work better when I have my notes open. Anyway, I think feral druids should get the same customization treatment that moonkins have. Like, keep all the existing forms as options, of course, but also add in, like, choices, you know? Like, mix and match different shit. That'd be sick. Too bad I suck at feral, though.
Thrall's balls! They're everywhere!
Thrall's Balls, the World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Gershom, Johnnie Tips, Wooly, and part-timers Boomy Nation and CRAIIIG. Just like last week, that was loud as fuck. I gotta fix that. Anyway, what's up, swingaz? From the TBHQ in the Grizzly Midwest, welcome to Thrall's Balls, episode 228. I'm Wooly, the king of bullshit and destruction warlock. Here with me will be in a little bit. She's dealing with stuff. Gershom, the classy, sassy beast mastery hunter. We also have Johnnie Tips, the debonair dark... no, I'm doing it again. It's Johnnie. Warlock.
Debonair.
Christ. Anyway, that's Johnnie. He plays a warlock. Hi. We also have an awesome guest joining us today. The one and only Denethar, host of Azeroth United, and who happens to be the Dena in the first half of my Hearthstone's name. Hi, guys.
Hello. Hi. How you guys doing?
For those of you not looking at the video, Johnnie just did like a weird circle plumbing thing with his head. I'm not sure what that was about. It would be headbanging, but you don't have headbanging hair.
Not anymore, no.
No.
I've seen photographic evidence.
Have you seen the photographic evidence of his huge throbbing canthus?
No, I missed that one.
Are you? For anyone who's unaware, that was a joke from that was a while ago. That was like shortly after Johnnie joined the show. The canthus is basically the corner of your eye, and apparently Johnnie has an enormous corner of his eye. Yep, up, he's whipping it out. He's whipping out his canthus. So, Denethar, thank you so much for joining us today. How about you tell us a little bit about your show? I'm not sure how much overlap there is between our two audiences, but yeah.
So Azeroth United is a podcast I started 3 years ago to basically cover the gambit of WoW, not just modern WoW, but modern classic, whatever, remix, hardcore, whatever people are doing. I mostly cover modern WoW retail because that seems to be what most people are interested in. But more than anything, I just talk about whatever I want to talk about that's WoW related. It is sometimes a little weird because it's just me talking into a camera or into a microphone and I'm looking at a camera. But it's been a fun journey going through and doing WoW related content and getting to meet some really interesting people. Just interviewed Johnnie Tips a couple of weeks ago, which was a lot of fun. And it's been a great experience and I really like the show. But yeah, I'm trying to cover the do a little bit of news. I do a little bit of opinion about whatever the current topics are, and just try and inform the best that I can, even though I don't really know what I'm talking about. So that's kind of the thrust of the show.
Well, it makes for a good show, especially when you had Dave on. I quite enjoyed that episode.
Yeah, Dave's a great.
And you had some asshole named Johnnie on. I don't know what that was about.
Johnny's the best.
Yes. So I was looking at the website for your show, right? And I noticed one thing that you wrote was that all your old favorites were gone. What were some of those?
So I when I first started listening to podcasts, I was taking the train back and forth to work. It was an hour and something train ride, so I needed something to do. There's no internet on the train, so I downloaded a bunch of podcasts. So Azeroth Roundtable was one of my favorites. John Jagger, Ben Baumhofer. That was a great one. I really, really missed that one. That to me, what the most tragic part about that podcast is they went on longer than they wanted to because they were doing a podcast, but they were both kind of just either done with WoW or done with the podcast in general. And it did start to show in their last few episodes, but they had a great dynamic and it was a great show. I also really loved Convert to Raid with the great Pat Crane.
Hell yeah,
he was great. He's one of those people that when you think about a great podcast voice, Pat Crane. The other one that I always think of is Berserker. He's got a great podcast voice.
Yes.
Oh, yes, he does.
It's like that smooth radio voice where you're just like, yep, okay. I could listen to this guy read the phone book and it works. But yeah, those were two that I really do miss these days. A lot of podcasts have kind of gone away, but they're still around, sort of like The Instance with Scott Johnson. He still does it a little bit here and there, but a lot of these people, they got out of the podcasting business, and which is good because it opens space up for other podcasts to jump in and fill that void.
I've noticed it kind of comes in like generations. Like Azeroth Roundtable, Convert to Raid, Lagging Balls, those all to me seem like, if not the most recent before the current one, then the one before, you know what I mean? Because like here, for example, my favorite podcast, WoW podcast of all time was, of course, Lagging Balls. I've said it on the show many times. Yep. And it ended in BFA. And then this show, Thrall's Balls, we picked up in the beginning, the end of Shadowlands. So, like, that's not that big of a time gap, but it feels like there would be there,
Yeah, I think it also comes and goes with the kind of popular opinion of World of Warcraft. So there was that time period at the end of BFA Shadowlands where people were kind of down on WoW and WoW's dead, it's over. Blizzard needs to just stop doing it. But I think towards the end of Shadowlands, there was kind of that revitalization of, we've got Dragonflight coming in. This is going to be really good. People were getting really excited about the game again. And I think that's carried over for the last few years that, even through COVID, where people are just really enjoying what they're putting out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've said it on the show. Shadowlands, thematically, really cool idea. I think what killed Shadowlands was the split over the opinion on Sylvanas' story, as well as the systems. There is no defending the systems of Shadowlands. They were just
bad. It was the Dami Mommy shards that killed me, bro. The Helm gems.
Yep, and you had to go to Boner Smith Hyman in Korthia.
Yeah.
That's what we called
that. Korthia sounded so cool, though. I was like, before we actually saw what it was, I was like, what, the City of Secrets? Fuck yeah, let's go, bro.
And then it was just nothing.
Literally nothing. Like, it was like, there was some cool backlore stuff a little bit here and there, but it took so long to get to that point that I was like, I don't even care anymore. I don't even care. So I'm out.
Yeah. So one thing I'm not, I have listened to your show, I promise, but I don't know exactly sure what your main is.
So my main is actually, that's my Denethar is my main. That's my death knight.
Okay.
Blood DK. So I started this character in Wrath, and I've been playing him ever since. Every so often, I'll decide on a different character. It's like, I'm going to play my Druid this time. I'm going to play my Paladin. But I always come back to the DK, and I don't know why. I'm not even that good at it. Part of it, I think, is thematically for me. I like the character and the kind of backstory I've created for him over the years. He's kind of like the guy that I want to be. He fucks the way that I would want to fuck and stuff like that. But he's just yeah. So he's just, I don't know.
Undead. Can he even get it up?
You know what? That's the question that I've always wondered. But I've decided.
What race do you play as, though?
Night elf. Like
Okay.
85% of my characters are night elves.
So even if he was
spinnies.
alive, he couldn't get it up.
Right.
It's for the flip. Come on, we all know.
Shot right there. Uh-oh. Bear with me 1 second here. Gershom will not be joining us tonight. Let's just say she's not feeling great. She'll be back next week. She's going to send us what the mixed drink of the week is. I may have to go in and edit out that big pause there, but that's okay. And then I send less than 3, so she knows it's not a problem. Okay. We were talking about night elves and how they can't get erections, right?
Right. Yep. Well, they need the Well of Eternity to get the erections. Without the well,
Yeah,
it's problematic. Yeah.
it's their zine. It's all good.
Yeah. That's why the Blood Elves
And I guess-
are so populous, because they have the Sunwell, and it's just been, they're like rabbits.
It's a pool of Zima, bro. It's a pool. It's a Zima pool.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
They're constantly walking around with that light wood.
Yep.
Oh my god, the joke comes back. Tyrallian's morning lightwood, but now it's just all the blood elves have boners.
Yep.
Why does anybody listen to this show?
Because they
okay.
can.
So I just have one more question for you, and this is kind of one of those stupid questions that a lot of shows ever ask every now and then, but I am very curious. If you had to pick just one zone out of the entire game to hang out with, like, in person, like it were suddenly real and you could be there, what zone would you hang out in?
So, oh boy, I would say that it's a toss-up for me. Elwood Forest is kind of a natural, I could go with it. It's, the more generic answer, but honestly, for the vibe, I'd have to go Borealis, because it's just such a great city.
Hell yeah, dude.
Love it.
It legitimately might be the best city WoW's. Well, I don't know. Silvermoon gives it a run for its money, but
It does.
in
but
terms
I love the
of
sea
layout,
shanty vibe.
Borealis.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's funny is there's one NPC who's like, there's this voice line, "Wind's howling today," and like I heard that all the time in BFA, and I thought he was saying "went sailing today." I'm like, okay, good for you, good for you. I could go away now. Stop following me.
BFA was not my favorite expansion.
Oh God,
I didn't even
I
play
don't think
the
it
whole
was
thing.
anybody's favorite.
But the zones, and not even just Culturians.
Dressfar?
Well, yeah, but all of the Zandalar too. All of the zones were so well designed. Their art team was just on point at that time. It was just so good. It's just the story was kind of wonky, but yeah, love Borealis, love Dressfar. Those are. I wouldn't want to live in Dressfar though. It's a little too spooky for me. For IR.
I like spooky, but yeah, I wouldn't. They got the blood flies there, man. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Zandalar, Zuldazar as a city, my only complaint is they should have flipped the fucking Pinkamid around so it was pointed the other way. I got so sick of having to shoop de whoop all the way around to get where I needed to go. Yeah. It was facing the wrong way.
I was an Alliance, bro, so I was living it up in Borealis all the time,
I was
My biggest
both.
complaint about the Horde cities is that they're all very vertical. I love the way that the Alliance cities are nice and flat, and they just spread out. Horde cities like Orgrimmar, trying to find my way around Orgrimmar when I'm on a Horde alt, I get so lost because like which story am I on? High Mountain.
Thunderbluff's the exception, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, because it's up, but it's flat.
And the flight point is up a tower.
Yeah, that's true.
But you can just fly, unless you're classic, but...
No. Well, what did we do in WoW this week? I think we'll start off with you, Denethar. What did you do in WoW?
Well, so I've been playing classic. For me, I started with Anniversary back in, I was like when did Undermine come out? Because I rated Undermine for a few
February last year or the year
Yeah.
before.
I got sick of it, and so I switched over to Anniversary. Played that for a while, came back for Mana Forge Omega, and did all that stuff. But now I'm back on Classic. I had to make a choice because Midnight and Burning Crusade came out at roughly the same time. And so I played Midnight for about 2 weeks. Love it. It's great. But now I'm back doing Classic. My guild roped me into leading one of my raids. So I'm playing Raid Leader now as well as all that stuff. Yeah, it's not fun.
That's a lot. That's a lot. In a BC environment, that's a lot. And
Yeah, trying to make sure
are you doing the 10 or the 25 or both?
I'm doing both. I'm doing 25. I've got a Kara group. But yeah, right now it's trying to make sure that everyone's attuned for Serpent Shrine and attuned for Tempest Keep, which is a bitch because you have
Lots of spreadsheets.
yeah, you've got to keep track of all this stuff, and it's just it's a lot of work. And then people are like, "Oh, I don't feel like raiding today." It's like, well, you signed up for raids, so what are you doing?
SSC's a pain in the ass to get to. All I'm gonna say.
The elevator
Swimming
boss
down that-
will, I guarantee, it
It's
will
the
wipe us
fucking
east.
swimming through the drain to get there is what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's
forget that.
annoying as hell.
Just play Warlock, bro. What are you doing?
Send a warlock, and well, we got
We're undead.
Or druid, just go aquatic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so one of the things I was gonna say about Midnight though is that every week I log on and I do my 2 delves so I can at least get something in the vault. And man, Collegiate Calamity is so good. I love that delve so much.
I love
It's-
it.
It's so good. So
It's
yeah,
just fun.
anytime that's the
Bountiful, yeah.
Bountiful, yeah.
It's right there, too.
yeah, it's right there. It's so easy. So yeah, I always do that one. But yeah, I'm trying to do my 2 delves a week. I was gonna do some Mythic Plus this past week, and I was on Reddit and I was reading all the people complaining about how toxic the environment is, especially if you're a tank. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not doing Mythic Plus then. So yeah, that was it's unfortunate because people are why are there no tanks? And then it's like, well, because you're being an asshole to all the tanks. So yeah, I haven't done the week yet either. That's one that I'm like, I don't have time for that. So I'll just stick with delves.
Yeah, I wish I had more time to play the game. Like, so here's the thing about Mythic Plus. I love dungeons. I think they're fucking awesome. I'm not gonna do Mythic Plus because of the toxicity and because I'm certain I'm going to fuck it up. Like, especially, I'm a ranged class. I run out of something goopy, I might be standing too close to a pack and body pulling. So, I don't know.
Well, I mean, they have made it. I feel like it's a little bit better now that they have the starter affix, which guides you through the dungeon. It is nice because it's showing you here's the mobs you need to kill so you can get your percentage.
Oh,
it does teach you
They're
a
sparkly.
little bit better. Yeah, it's a really nice introduction, 2 through 5. That way you don't have, but once you get past that, now you're in. People are assuming you know every route perfectly, and if you pull one mob incorrectly, they're gonna yell at you and flame you. And I don't need that energy. So.
I haven't really had that experience, but I haven't plugged that much either. So
That's
your
the
mileage
key.
may vary. So that's kind of I've been running with it's like a 3-pack. Like there's 3 of us. We plug 2, or we plug 2 or 3 people. That kind of environment, or we're in a full group. So it's kind
You have a
of
crew. So
yeah. There's at least a couple people I play with. Yeah, exactly.
okay. I'm going to tell you a story about a time in Legion when I was in a pug for Darkheart Thicket. I don't know. It was a low number, but it was a Mythic Plus.
I can already tell it's really bad.
We're going in there, and there's a point where a bunch of us got feared and ran into a pack of mobs. The tank loses his freaking mind and calls everybody a fucking idiot. And he's like, I'm not picking those mobs up because you won't learn otherwise. So, of course, we wipe. Then, okay, pay attention to this part. The tank zooms ahead in the dungeon, faster than everybody else. Them bitches that nobody's up there. What class was that guy?
Demon Hunter?
Fucking right. Demon Hunter tanks. I'm not saying all Demon Hunter tanks are assholes, but I am saying a large amount of asshole tanks are Demon Hunters. Just saying.
And and that's mostly because they were probably DPS and got sick of sitting in queue, and then rolled over to do tank on their Demon Hunters back in the same gear. I guarantee it.
Yeah, that's valid. I would say a large percentage of asshole tanks are also Death Knights. Just saying, the whole I can just solo this mentality is kind of annoying. But
I mean, if they couldn't, they wouldn't.
Oddly enough, also in Darkheart Thicket, I had, this is a coincidence, I swear, a Night Elf blood DK saying shit like that and getting mad that the healer was trying to heal them.
Yeah, Nixium has a whole bit about this, doesn't he? Doesn't he have like a whole, like...
Who does?
Machinima? Nixium. Didn't Nixium do like a whole, like... Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has like a whole character.
Plays a DK.
Yeah, I think it's a Night Elf DK as well. I think it's like a whole trope. The whole thing.
I've been thinking about making a Nightborn DK. Because I need to level Nightborn, so...
Is that 5th generation?
What?
Is it 5th generation Death Knight or 4th generation?
Oh, I don't know. It's the one made up of all the guys that died in the 4th War.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else did you do this week, Denethar? Or is that about it?
Like I said, yeah, just rating 25 and 10 and trying to not die in heroics in TBC. The Blizzard, for whatever reason, when they released the phase 1, they did all of the raids post nerf. So the raids are all super easy. The heroics are all pre nerf, so they're super hard. So it's actually easier to run the raids, get gear, and then go do heroics. Which makes sense. But that's what they did. So yeah, it's fun.
Okay, somebody missed something at some point.
Yeah, that's a oopsie. That's a big oopsies.
Oh well. Johnny, what about you? What'd you do this week?
I think I said last week, got my KSM, got my 2K rating, whatever, got my 4 set, got my Gifts of the Allseer trinket from Vault randomly. We're on the Dragons on Heroic right now, and we're just progging right now, middle of the raid. Since we're doing a half week this week, we're only raiding one night this week, so we're only going to do the new raid tomorrow. And then we're going to re-clear normal and maybe a heroic boss or two tomorrow, and that's it, if we have time.
Does your guild, after you get curved, do you go and dick around with mythic bosses, see how it goes?
Nope, we do an achievement run.
Talked about doing that, but
we never do that. Yeah, all we do is we do an achievement run. We'll do a couple more runs for either like mounts or if there's we used to run until the renown was high enough, but since there's no renown this tier, we're just gonna do probably a couple of runs after we do achievements and call it a day. Then we're on break until the following tier. We'll still do Mythic Plus and whatnot for people to get 3K, to go up to 3K or try and get resilient keys if people are into that. But that's the most we're gonna do. We're not doing. There's no title farmers or no mythics or no mythic rating. There's no mythic rating or anything like that. Nope.
You should stack your raid full of blood elves so everybody has a boner and you get through it all more triumphantly.
I'll stick
How
my
mad
dark
would
iron
you
floppy
be
dick.
if you fucking logged in and Valakir was suddenly a blood elf? How mad would you be?
I'd be very pissed.
Like, how bad would Blizzard have to screw up for that to happen?
I don't know. I'd be very upset though because I waited a very long time to be a dark iron warlock. I waited
a long time, as in before it was ever announced they'd be playable. Dude,
It was the
honestly, I think the Dark Iron are fucking awesome.
Literally, when I opened the box the first time when I was going to play WoW back in Cataclysm, when I first came back to the game, after trying it out back in vanilla like ages ago, but like when Cataclysm was out, it was right before MOP. It was like the summer before MOP came out. So I was looking, and Dark Iron wasn't there, and I was like, dude, what? What do you mean you keep playing Dark Iron? I want to play Dark Iron. What's going on here? You know, especially when Firelings just come out, and then Ragnaros. I was super into it. I was like, okay, come on, let's do this.
Right, because wasn't Cataclysm when the 3 dwarf clans kind of touched?
Yeah. It was the World Clans, you know.
Yeah, okay.
That was the whole thing. And then I was super into that. I was like, let's go. And, you know, I went and you couldn't make one. I was pissed for ages. And then they finally added it. I think it was like in Legion or BFA, I think.
Meanwhile, all the Wildhammer fanboys are like, excuse me.
Yeah.
We're here too, bitch.
Honestly, that would be a close second for me. That could be a Wildhammer. That would be another one I would do. Honestly, a Wildhammer Shaman? Bro, yes, sign me up.
Dude. So you may have had to wait a long time to get your Dark Iron, but I do think they're better served as being their own playable race than just dwarf with flamey hair.
I mean, they did a really good job though, considering it was just like a partial race, you know. I wish they had their own dance moves. I wish they had their own dance. I wish they had their own lines or like emotes and whatnot.
They're essentially a customization of the dwarves. There's not enough unique about the Dark Iron allied race, and honestly, most of the allied races are just advanced customizations. You have a few like the Volpera that's not, but otherwise, it's
right. I mean, mecha gnomes are just gnomes who had surgery. Kultirans are just humans who like to eat.
Yes.
Void elves are just blood elves who listen to a lot of My Chemical Romance.
That's it.
Highmount and Tor were pretty different, and so were the troll ones. They're pretty different.
Kind of different, but
I definitely take your point.
I feel like High Mountain Tauren are. Yeah. I feel like High Mountain Tauren are more similar to regular Tauren than Zandalari are to Darkspear.
Yeah.
But
I played Morgan and Orc before that.
Dude, I almost didn't turn Tokesh into a Blood Elf because I love the idea of a sick-ass looking Orc Warlock. But he's Blood Elf and his name's Indicale now. So dude, what else did you...
honestly, I just unlocked Nightmare Prey. Besides that, just doing Mythic Pluses and just, playing, helping friends out with 2s and 3s and pushing their keys and doing some 10s here and there. Got a couple portals. But nothing crazy. We're on the Dragons on Heroic. That's the last thing
All right.
Did my house a little bit. Went back to my house finally.
I haven't touched my house in a while. I need to. Personally, for me, I've just been trying to get my Warlock to 90 in the scant free time I've got. Like, I'm trying to turn this room I'm in into a space that's like half playroom for my daughter and half daddy can be on the computer and still pay attention to and play with her. So once that gets up, I'll be able to play more. Just, I'm not going to be doing any group content in case I need to pick her up. And I'm not putting headphones on. I'm not shutting my kid out completely. I'm not that kind of dad.
Invented for, right?
Dude, exactly. Delves are the dad pillar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The daddy pillar. That sounds like an erection joke.
Yeah,
the daddy pillar.
My favorite delve so far is the one Zolomon, the Twilight.
Twilight Crypts with the levers, and you got to make the doors. Yeah,
definitely my favorite so far.
So I have definitely, every time I've run that, I had found my vape beforehand. So, like, I kept forgetting to hit the levers, and then I'd go through and get thrown backwards. And it was like, whoa. Oh, man.
So what you doing well, Willie?
Just, you know, leveling my warlock. I decided that I can't decide which warlock amount I like the most. And since 4 of them can fly, I just set them all to favorites and put random favorite mount button on there. So, like, sometimes it's the purple, sometimes it's the green, sometimes it's the other green or the orange. And it's like, I didn't expect it to add to the warlock feel, but it feels like I'm summoning whatever demon's available at the time to come do whatever the hell I want. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
It's pretty sick. I like that.
It made me hope that when Blizzard allows us to have like mounts in our yards, that we can have a few of them, so I can have all 6 warlock mounts, like both old school horses and all 4 flying horses, because that'd be dope. And I would want the baby old school horse to be like the little baby to the mama or something like that.
To me, that's the best part about the warlock classes. They have the coolest mounts. Like the paladin mounts are boring. Get out of here with that. The warlock.
Yeah, a burning flying horse with armor. Yes, please.
Hell yes. I will say, I quite like all the paladin horses, even the Argent Charger, especially the Twinkly's Crusade one. Don't look at me like that, Johnny. Don't look at me like that.
I'm just saying.
You think this will be the week that we actually try video and it works out?
Maybe.
I hope so. So yeah, I've got that. So as I've been leveling, I've been, you know, questing a lot, doing delves. I got a bone to pick with the stay in while and listen versus the quest tracking in the game. Annoys the piss out of me because this is my second time leveling. I'm not doing stay a while and listen this time. But I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to go because the arrow's pointing to the stupid ass stay a while and listen. Listen, I got daddy pillar stuff to do. I gotta go, man. So I've been having to click that and then just ignore whatever they have to say to me. Like, oh, tell me about that. And then I fuck off immediately. It's like, yeah, I don't actually care what you're about to tell me.
Yeah.
It's so rude.
Your feelings are not important to me.
Yes. How are you, Zul'Jon? I think I'm feeling a little... See ya.
Yeah.
There's a couple of skip ones they offer throughout the quest experience, but there's not enough of them.
But there should be an option where you can say, don't offer me to stay a while and listen. Just move past
There
it.
should be, yeah.
Like a toggle.
So,
Blizzard, if you're
yeah.
listening, hook it up.
Do it. I don't know if they listen to this show or not. But the fact that it's a not 0% chance that they do, that is insane to me. Anyway, so that's annoying. I finished Zul'Aman today on him and started Voidstorm. Ohn'ir, the Herondar thing, I didn't start that. I will definitely be 90 before Herondar, so I'm hoping there's some kind of option to be like, hey, I'm 90, I've already done the campaign, can I just skip ahead? So I'm in Voidstorm, going around doing Voidstorm stuff, looking forward to going after Lothraxion and saying, look, dickhead, you're wrong. But then
listening to him be a blowhard all
Yeah, for real.
Denethar, do you think Lothraxion's actually dead?
No. Just like I don't think Illyria.
I don't think so. I would be okay with it if Illyria was actually dead, but I would also really, really not, because she's too iconic and legendary of a character to have her go out like that.
She's in front of fucking Stormwind, bro. Like, she's...
Mm.
You know
That's
what I mean?
actually
Like,
a pretty good argument for she's not dead, because that would be a really bitch way to go out.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. I don't love the way that they've kind of left it ambiguous, so that because everybody knows she's coming back. Because really, but whatever.
It's like that's how they're gonna get rid of her. Really now?
No.
Well, then that's the other question. If she's still alive, Lura's not in her anymore. Giggity. Is she still a void elf?
That's a good question.
That's the
That's a
question.
good question, actually. That's a good
Philosophical,
question.
really.
Because, like, she wasn't a void elf in the same way Umbric and all of them are. Like, they opened up a scary box, and the stuff that came out of the scary box was like, hey, you want to get a drink? And they were drunk, so they were like, hell yeah. And then they woke up the next morning next to the thing that came out of the scary box, and they're like, oh god, how much did I have to drink? But it was too late. They got stuck with a void STD.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
That's why you don't fuck with void elves.
well, that's fighting words. That's I'm playing a blood elf now for the horde. I do love void elves though. I think they're a really cool concept. So yeah, and once I finished Zul'Aman and went to start Voidstorm, so I go up there, and first they have to be like, hey, so they're giving Umbric the business, you better go free him. So I ran up there and did that really quick, and flew back as fast as I could to Lorthamar so I could just go to Voidstorm. So I accept that quest, but then because of having to go get Umbric excused or something, there were two Umbrics standing like 10 feet from each other. And I took a screenshot and I put it in the ThrallsBalls Discord, which, if anyone's listening not in the Discord, go to ThrallsBalls.com and it's one of the links there. But, like, they're just standing next to each other. Anduin's between them, looking like nothing's wrong. And, I don't know. $1 million company. More than multi-million. Billion? AAA game.
A multi-dollar company.
Yes. That is technically true. There have been multiple dollars spent on this game.
DC dev.
No, what I loved about that screenshot, though, is it looks like Anduin is there with Umbric, and then Umbric is like, oh my god, that guy has the same outfit that I do.
Well, one of us is going to have to go change.
Yeah, exactly. This is
All right, unzip me.
So
the other thing I've been doing, and honestly, it's part of the questing experience, so I would be doing it anyway. But I've been doing follower dungeons for fun as well. And I think, Johnny, do you remember how I was bitching about on my Demon Hunter that I was constantly bottom of the meter?
Yeah, what happened?
It turns out leveling in follower dungeons, the scaling plays a huge role there. Like, you're gonna, because it's, I was Googling it, it's a common problem. People are all over the map because they scale it such that the NPCs are doing butt tons of damage. Something about making it easier. I don't know. Because I'm still bottom, giggity, as a fucking Destruction Warlock, the class that I personally know the best. And that doesn't seem right. I'm like, the fuck? And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, how about that? Now, I'm not sure I'm playing the best build because I'm leveling, so I don't give a shit about that until I'm 90. So I'm running around with, like, Cataclysm and Shadowburn and Channel Demon Fire and all that. No, I'm not using CDF. That's right. I'm not. I don't
That's
remember.
good. You should be. Yeah, that's good.
It's weak as hell now. But I do miss the concept. It's so cool.
I know. I just love the extensions that it used to have. That was why I liked it so much.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm kind of wondering if I was actually better at Devourer than I thought I was. But I don't know. In the weeks that have come since the Devourer has become available, it has become quite clear that the skill ceiling for the Devourer is super duper high. And it is a very, very punishing spec. I don't got time for that shit. I just don't have time. I don't.
I haven't tried it out at all. Like, I have two Demon Hunters. One's Vengeance, one's Havoc. Neither one of them have even touched it. So at
It's
some point
fun.
I might. But first of all, I'm not playing a whole bunch of Midnight, but second of all, it just to me at Demon Hunter, the whole point is you're in close, you're attacking right in their face, and it feels weird. I don't know.
Well, one of the hero specs for the Devo is which am I thinking of that does this? I think it's
the Annihilator or
Scarred.
the other one. The
Scarred, I think, is what does it. Where, yes, you're at a bit of a mid-range casting that one spell. I can't remember the name of it. But when you go into meta, you leap forward, fuck them up some more, fuck them up another time, and then do yet another fuck them up before leaping backwards back to where you were.
Hell yeah.
That's a little closer to Havoc. I tried to play Havoc, and I don't know what it was. I couldn't get my head around it. I was a Havoc Demon Hunter main in Nyalotha. I was at the top of the meters, although that was because of Twilight Dev. We don't talk about that. But it feels so different now. It feels like actually a lot slower paced than I remember.
It is.
So I don't know.
They definitely have slowed it down. And one of the things with Havoc that they kept leading more and more heavily into these movement ability things, where you've got your inertia and your momentum, and it really changed the way that the class played. If you weren't doing those, then your damage was slower. You could still do good damage, but it was, I don't know, I almost felt like it was more of a slow.
You just stack all the buffs up to do your one combo wombo and then do another one.
And then you're done. Now you're just hitting them with a glaive until you do your next cooldown.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I did Havoc in Undermine, Liberation of Undermine, which it was really fun. It was really good at that point, but I just burned out on rating. So, but yeah, Havoc was my character that I played in that raid, and I really like Havoc. I think it's fun. I hate Vengeance, which is why my Vengeance Demon Hunter is 70. He's just sitting there. He's like, nope.
Yeah, you didn't like the Soul Burst, whatever playstyle.
I mean, when for me as a TK tank, trying to wrap my brain around how to do a Demon Hunter tank, it just doesn't work.
It is very different. Yeah, it's like
very different.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like now, but at one point, if I'm remembering right, if you didn't have what's that called? Is it called Soul Immolation or some shit? If you didn't have that on, you were gonna fail. I don't remember. It was fucked.
For a Demon Hunter? Oh, yeah. There's not Soulfire. There's Immolation Aura, but then there's the other one. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Hell, I don't know. I don't play Demon Hunter.
Because there's the one you put on the target, and there's the one that puts on yourself that like makes it AoE or splash around you. But it's been a while. I haven't played the merge yourself, so I don't know.
Speaking of putting debuffs on other players, very early on in my WoW journey, I fucking hate that. I was a feral druid. This was right around TBC, Wrath, and I thought it was so important that I put Fairy Fire on everything out in the world before I attacked it. And sure, it helped me, but why did I do that? Because this random ass cat out in the wild is not going to have armor. So what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a weird spell. It also gives you plus hit, but
Oh, then I guess it wasn't a stupid decision.
No, you were ahead of your time. That's what it is.
Yeah, let's go with that.
10 points for Willie.
Yeah.
All right, let's
plus 10 KP.
There was another point I wanted to make, but I can't remember what it was. So we're gonna move on to the mixed drink of the week.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
Time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
It's the mixed drink of the week, and before we get into it, I just want to. Wow, my brain broke. I just want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any substance for that matter, if you're of legal age or legal whatever to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any shit that may happen to you if you do dumb shit. I screwed it up again. Here's the thing. I'm a little distracted because we normally have our background music playing while we're recording. I noticed my green rectangle wasn't lighting up when I wasn't talking, but the background music was playing. So I turned the music off. And it's throwing me the hell off, you guys.
It's your ambient noise.
It's fucking with me, man. But Johnnie keeps whispering, sweet and sour sauce all over. I don't know why he does it. It's so weird. I like to whisper too.
English.
And you listen, and all the beads just melt away. And you picture a nice ocean just full of creatures that will eat you. You know, ASMR style.
I was gonna say Thrall's Balls ASMR Patreon page. Go for it.
Yep.
I feel like Thrall's Balls ASMR would just sound like two testicles slapping together, and nobody wants to listen to that.
I mean, don't say
Some
nobody,
never know.
because I'm sure there's somebody out there
Yeah.
who's like, please,
There's always
when are we
somebody.
gonna get that?
Somebody's screaming at their phone right now. Do it! Anyway, we have
Come to ThrallsBallsPod in the Discord. Let us know if you want that or not.
Yeah, pop in a Discord. Let us know if you want big meaty balls as an ASMR.
ThrallsBalls.com.
What is wrong with us? Anyways,
Everything.
so we've been taking all the different Hearthstone items in the game and turning them into shots. We have gotten to the Ohn'ir Windsage's Hearthstone, and Gershom was going to be doing the mixed drink of the week this week. She was not expecting to have to miss the show. She's going to be sending me later what's actually in the drink. So unfortunately, we're not going to have it to tell you, but I'm probably going to edit something in. So if your screen goes black here in a minute, that's just me recording voice lines. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So
Valid.
we can throw out some guesses at least. However, we got to start with how that Hearthstone looks. So again, it is the Ohn'ir Windsage's Hearthstone. Upon use, you become see-through, one with the wind. I'm going to start this over. Upon use, you become see-through, one with the wind itself. Silvery breezes swirl about your feet and your hands, summoning the spirit of Ohn'ara herself. She bursts forth, and you are whisked away to your destination, and you can finally achieve orgasm.
Lots of them.
Anguish. Oh my god. Okay, so
Well done.
basically, yeah, you turn silver, wind shows up, and then Ohn'ara comes out, and she's like, "What's up, bitches?" So, my guess for this is I think the low-hanging fruit here is just to say vodka, so I'm not going to say vodka. I'm going to say white tequila, because, you know, you have enough tequila, you feel like you can fly with the wind, right? Mixed in with, so I'm going to say white tequila is maybe a third of it. Another third is just salt. Just because, you know, salt can represent, I don't know, the silvery breezes swirling about. Sure. Wait, a third is salt? No, fuck that. No, ignore me. Jesus. A third of it is silver tequila. Another third of it is water, I guess, just to break it up a bit. And then some... Blue Kool-Aid. Why not? No, there's nothing about... Well, actually, when you're see-through, it looks sort of bluish. So, yeah, a third water, a third silver tequila, a third blue Kool-Aid, and just a little sprinkle of salt on it. That's my guess. All right, I'm not gonna put anyone on the spot. So, which of you want to guess? If you have a guess.
I think it's triple sec vodka and blue curacao with orange juice instead of lemon lime soda.
That sounds
That's what
good.
I think.
Okay.
But for a shot, since it's a shot, I think it's just little bit of pineapple juice, or lime juice, and some blue raspberry vodka together.
Okay.
That works.
Denethar, do you have a guess?
Yeah, I'll go with vodka, and we'll go with an herbal liqueur, like a green chartreuse, something like that. A little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of honey for some sweetness, and top it off with some club soda. Just knock it back.
Hell yeah.
Some green chartreuse, man, that'd be really nice right now.
Yeah.
And you can finally achieve orgasm.
English.
That needs to be clipped and just put in randomly.
Oh my god. Like, kind of like this has been for years now.
Want to see how wide my butthole goes?
Did that actually come through the Riverside?
Yes, it did.
Good. Okay, so obviously, like I said, Gershom couldn't make it, so we don't know at this current moment what's actually in the drink. So after she sends it to me, I'm going to edit it in here.
The fuck?
I was completely wrong, wasn't I? That's my reaction. I can't believe what the drink actually is, you guys.
Who knew?
Whoa.
Jesus. Honestly, the part where the thing met the other thing, and then they both got mad at CRAIIIG, that just
And then it
couldn't.
squirts?
I could finally achieve orgasm.
English.
Oh my god. So yeah. So next week, Johnnie, you're up. You have the Postmasters Express Hearthstone, and I have no idea what that looks like. I have no clue what that Hearthstone looks like.
It looks a bunch of mail like flying around like you're a mailman. It's gonna be pretty fun. So I'm imagine like everyone going loco, some postman going crazy. Like an AI, and I'm also imagine like an AI postman or postwoman, person,
Okay.
mail person delivering mail, just like going crazy wackadoo, throwing mail everywhere, like fuck this shit, I'm out type scenario.
Did you?
And
So do you have this? Did you do the Postmaster quest line where you get the Katie toy and she shows up to give you your mail? I did it specifically to get the Katie toy, and at one point there's this like elemental made out of mail that you fight. It's just like all these envelopes. It's pretty funny. I loved it.
Wait, where is this quest line from? Is that from?
Dallas?
I think Legion, actually.
Legion, really?
Because I was in Dalaran, if I remember right. And I was looking over, and Sarfang was crying like a little bitch over his kid. I'm kidding. That would be, that would shatter me. But yeah. Fuck, what was I going to say? Probably wasn't that important. Oh, I was going to say, those of you out there, and I know you're there, who are like, these guys are fucking running out of ideas for Mixed Drink of the Week series. No, motherfucker, we are not. It is a conversation that keeps coming up in our host chat in Discord, and we pinned a message today that has 1, 2, 3, that one's kind of a double, 4, 5 different fucking ideas in it. So get bent. Don't actually go get Bentolis. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move ahead, pardon me, to WoW News.
Time for WoW News, motherfuckers.
All right, starting off with Race to World first with March on Quel'Danas. When I was writing these notes, Lura had not yet been killed, but I think Liquid got it today. Is that right?
Wait a second.
No, not yet.
No? Johnny's doing the legwork here. So the race may be continuing. I don't know. But Lura, however the hell you say that, has been nerfed.
It has not
on
happened
Mythic
yet.
anyway. No?
That goes really close. They're at 0.45% right now.
Oh, shit.
1.97% is the last poll.
So those nerfs made a difference. The nerf
Yeah, I think they're going to kill it
that
today.
they,
I think it's going to happen today. Not
Oh, you
tomorrow.
don't get that close and then say we're going to bed coming at it tomorrow. That's no. So Well,
It'll
for
be
Echo,
by the
they're
time
in
this
they're in
happens.
Europe. They're specifically, where are they? Germany, I think they're playing out of, or is it Luxembourg? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's got to be after
But-
midnight for them.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah, it's
8
pretty
hours
late.
ahead of U.S. Standard Time, I think. So that would be, it is 5:20 here. So that would be 13 o'clock. I'm smart. No, that's like, it's super early in the morning there. Yeah, so the nerfs that we're talking about were to an ability called Heaven's Glaive. I haven't been watching any of the Race to World First, so I'm not 100%, and I haven't done the raid. I famously keep flaking on raids, but I swear to God, the last few times I've had a good reason. Mental health / dad stuff. Anyway, Heaven's Glaive is 20% slower now. Should make dodging them while paying attention to other mechanics easier. I guess that was a kind of a really big sticking point for these big guilds. And the glaives also have a new look, which makes them easier to see. It is worth noting, NA Pride and all that, that Liquid got the world first kill of Belloren. Whatever. If you don't know who that is the child of Alar. You know that fancy fucking fiery phoenix bird that people fly around? That's Ashes of Alar. Yeah, I guess Alar canonically fucked, because now they have a child.
It's the Sunwell boner.
The Sunwell boner, you could
The
say.
splooge.
Yes.
The egg and splooge of the Sunwell. Yep.
Why is this bird half light, half dark? What happened to this bird?
I guess you'll find out when you go into the raid. I don't know either.
Did it
I haven't
fly
done the raid yet.
through, like, was there like an oil barrel constantly leaking and it flew first through the oil and then through some yellow paint? Is that what happened?
I think that's
I don't know.
my new headcanon.
Yes, I choose to believe that.
It's also a child of Alar, so there's more than one. So it could be one of the children. There could be more.
Damn.
Who
Alar's a
knows?
whore.
Or a possibility of more, anyway.
It's all good.
All right, so then speaking of March on Quel'Danas, we're going to talk about that cinematic for a minute. The end raid cinematic. So, spoilers ahead. Just skip ahead for a little while if you don't want to know. But here's what happened. You have this many seconds until I talk about it. Don't have the video up? Tough shit. Here we are. So, here's what happens. Xal'atath shows up. She's about to seriously fuck up Eretor and Varisa, and she's like, you try so hard. But then who should show up but Sylvanas? She just comes out of this portal from the maw somehow and goes, Silvermoon needs its ranger general. But she shoots one of Zally's balls with an arrow. Ow, bro. And she's like, bitch, you ain't shit. So then Xalatos is like, okay, we can, finish this later. Then she fucks off because the Void is afraid of undeath. We all know this. Did anyone else notice that? Anyway, Varisa gets all tense, like she doesn't know if she wants to hug Sylvanas or punch her. I'm not sure why she would want to punch her, because, I don't know. But then she just hugs her instead, and Sylvanas goes, look, I'd love to come back, but I'm not done. There's some weird shit going on in the Shadowlands. I gotta figure it out. So, later and stuff. Also, you're poking me with your boner. One thing she says, though, is the Shadowlands aren't what they seem. So, we've known that, though, right? Even since Shadowlands, the speculation has been, is this really what it is? And that's what pisses me off about everybody calling it a retcon. Oh, they're setting it up to retcon the Shadowlands, that they're different. No. A retcon
It was always
is
said that was
changing established lore. For example, Medan deciding he was no longer canon. That's a retcon. expanding on existing lore to be like within the story, we were all lied to and everyone has a boner. That's not a retcon. That's
you're
expanding
talking about
on
player
existing
base,
lore.
including yourselves. It just doesn't read quest text anymore. So it's like,
That's true.
not everyone does that anymore. You know, they used to watch cutscenes and see what the audio gives them. You can't expect people to know that. You know what I mean? So I get the confusion, because if you weren't paying attention to quest text or reading anything in the subtext on like anything, then yeah, I could see how someone would not know. You know, it used to be worse.
No, here's the
Remember
thing.
war crimes?
No, but like, here's the thing. Here's what I'm saying. Even without having that supplemental knowledge, even if none of that existed, and Sylvanas shows up and goes, they're not what we think they are. If that was literally all we had, that's still not a retcon. Because it happens diegetically within the world that's happening, building on established lore. It's not non-diegetic, where Blizzard outside of the frame goes, oh yeah, Medan, he doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, he was in a comic. Well,
It complicates things.
he's not real anymore.
Yeah, or like the RPG, same thing. You know, a lot of stuff in there.
My favorite example is the Draenei. So in Warcraft 3, the Draenei were what we now
Yes.
call the lost ones, or the broken. And then Blizzard decided they wanted to introduce them as a race, but they wanted to make them prettier. So they made them look like the Eridar, except they weren't red. So now they're good guys. And so now you have the Draenei. But that was 100% a retcon. This, they just didn't give us all the information during Shadowlands. So we just don't know what was planned and what wasn't planned.
Exactly.
If they've been planning this all along, see, I'm of the belief that they always intended for the Shadowlands to be wrong somehow. Like, this feels off, but maybe Metzen came back in and was like, oh, you know what? It's going to be the Titans. That's what I think happened, is that Metzen was the one that made the call that let's blame the Titans. But
if they're going to retcon anything, it's going to be the first ones. If they're going to retcon anything.
Intended for the Shadowlands to feel like, this doesn't feel like the afterlife. This feels like just another life that these people are living.
Yeah, why did Argus affect the Shadowlands of all things?
Also, why would you be able?
Why is he not involved?
Yeah,
The god of death, right? I mean,
like, also, if it were actually the afterlife, why are you able to die there?
Right. That's my thing.
Yeah,
and all the machinery stuff in the Azeroth Mortis place. And did everyone forget about the freaking white, bulky, muscly, like weird demon-looking things? The
things from the in-between.
Yes.
Like how the one boss in Castle Nathria looks like a giant tick. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
That made me uncomfortable. He looked like a giant tick.
Yeah.
Fun boss, though, if you like running across the room.
Nathria was a great raid.
Yeah,
Dude,
for sure.
it was. Just Shadowlands sucked as a whole, but like thematically, mechanically even, I fucking loved Shadowlands, except Stone Legion Generals.
The only boss I hated was the one with the blood vials. I wish that one was better.
Oh, fuck, what was her name?
Like Minerva or whatever it was. Or
yeah. I mean, I was never on vials duty. I was a warrior at that time, so I
thought it was a cool concept. I just thought that the execution was there for it. I think it was kind of, I didn't tune it right.
I think I was an assigned interrupt at one point, and I had to shout at a very specific time. That was as far as my responsibility went in that fight. I didn't have to do shit otherwise. I could just fight. It was nice. God, that's right. I was a warrior main for a while. I should never be a warrior main. I suck at it. Anyway, what do we think of that cinematic in general? Not just like of the Sylvanas stuff, but like, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get a definitive answer if Illyria is alive or not.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was the intention because you don't see where the arrow comes from. It comes from off screen. And so I think that they did it that way intentionally so that everyone would think, oh, it's Ilaria because she's the one with the arrows. And then, oh, surprise, it's Sylvanas. And I was like, okay, yeah. But yeah.
It was also like the other cutscene too that they did in the War Within. I did like that alliteration that they did with the other scene.
Yeah, but the cinematic itself felt like they're leading this story just little bits at a time, breadcrumbing us along, where we're getting just the faintest thing. To me, as far as the Xal'atath story, yeah, whatever. But it's that lore bomb from Sylvanas that really sells this cinematic as something important.
100.
Otherwise, it's just Xal'atath just was, all right, and she's trying to play it cool, like, oh, we'll deal with this later. But you could tell she's like, oh shit, this one's got maw all over her. I better bounce. So
yeah.
You could definitely tell that's why Xal'atath left.
I was expecting Cheese to show up. I thought she was all cheating her up like right there, dude. I was like, dude.
No, bitch. Get down here.
I love Patty Madsen is so good as Sylvanas. That's like my favorite voice acting in WoW. She's so good.
She's so good. Like, she had a lot of fun with that BlizzCon 2019 where they did the reading of the scene in front of Orgrimmar. Like, when she got to the "you are all nothing," she like screamed hard enough that her voice cracked.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah. So I guess that's it for the news. And we are actually at about an hour and 6-ish minutes. So we can almost step out here before we get to our final thoughts. Denethar, thanks for joining us today. It was a lot of fun. Hell yeah, dude. We got to have you back on here again sometime. Where can people find you?
You can go to AzerothUnitedPod.com and get to all of our links there, the Discord and Patreon and all that stuff. You could find me on social media. I don't use social media very often. Like, I only put out the tweets and the Blueskies for when I release an episode. Otherwise, I'm not like the Dave Gagne is like the king of WoW Twitter. I can't do it. I don't have the energy for that. So
I don't even think I've been on Twitter since 2013.
Yeah, I don't like being on there anyway. So, but yeah, go to the website AzerothUnitedPod.com. That's the best way to go. You can reach me on Twitter. At Denethar is my handle there, so you can ping me on Twitter if you really want to.
I will say, remember when I said I went on your website? I found a couple socials you had listed on there. So I'm just going to read them out if you're okay with that. It was twitch.tv/AzerothUnitedPod, youtube.com/@AzerothUnitedPod, Bluesky Azeroth United, Twitter @AzuPodcast, AZU Podcast. Don't remember what your Patreon was. Sorry.
That's all right. It's just Patreon.com.
But go join his Patreon. Yeah. All right. Well, final thoughts, everybody.
I did have one last question for Denethar.
Go ahead and ask the question.
I just want to know, what's your favorite roller coaster or theme park ride or thrilling experience you've had?
Sex with your mom.
That was second best. No, there's a roller coaster that is at Knott's Berry Farm in California, Ghost Rider, which nowadays it's a little rough, but when it first opened up, that was probably one of the best roller coaster rides I'd ever been on. That was really good. Wooden roller coaster, like built in the old style. That was really fun. I one Wednesday morning, I went there and I rode it like 10 times in a row. Just over and over.
Good old Knott's Berry Farm, bro. Yeah, hell yeah,
Knott's
dude.
Berry Farm, and then go get some fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a cookie brand. Like it would be, you know? I've never heard of that before.
I mean, they did get their start making different jams and things like that. So.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. So does that count as your final thought, Johnnie?
Mm-hmm.
Denethar, what's your final thought?
My final thought is I'm just anxiously awaiting the launch of the ThrallsBalls ASMR channel.
Oh my god. And I guess my final thought is, when Sylvanas shot one of Xalatath's balls off, I was finally able to achieve orgasm. Okay, so we're going to get on out of here. Go ahead and follow us in the social media places. You can find the various proper spellings in the episode description. I'm at Wooly08 on Twitter and Instagram, and at Wooly_08 on TikTok. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom on Twitter, and at Hunter Gershom with 2 R's on Instagram. Johnnie Tips is Johnnie.tips on Discord with a P, and at Johnnie.tips on Instagram. One of our 2 super duper part-timers, Boomy, is at Boomy Nation on Twitter and YouTube. Basically, any social media presence he would have, that's what it is. And of course, our other super duper part-time 5th co-host and mascot, CRAIIIG, is at CRAIIG_addict on Twitter. And the show itself is at ThrallsBallsPod on Twitter and Instagram. Search ThrallsBallsPod on YouTube, because I'm not sure if youtube.com/ThrallsBallsPod would work. I don't know. I gotta work that out. Email us with any feedback or questions, ThrallsBallsPodcast@gmail.com. You can also leave us feedback on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or even in a specialized reviews channel on our Discord. Go to ThrallsBalls.com to find our link tree. All our show's relevant links, including Discord, can be found there. But till next week, bye. We love you. Be good.
Bye.
Goodbye. And then you're about to come, right?
Jesus.